Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ IAS English channel. My name is Shubham Sagar and today we'll talk about something which India has done for the first time. Anything which happens for the first time is, it means a lot. And we'll talk about it, and this whole thing has been published in Hindu 25 June or 25th June rather 2025. An awesome article related to UN Sustainable Development Report published by UN SDSN, Sustainable Development Solution Network. This UN SDSN, I will show you the whole article at the end. We'll solve 3 MCQs based on this whole report and its finding, and how India is doing awesome this particular year. So Sustainable Development Solution Network was created in 2012, and they do a lot of things. One major thing which is done by SDSN is UN SDSN is to ensure how 17 goals and 169 targets of SDGs will be attained by 2030. So they have published this particular report, UN Sustainable Development Report, and in that particular report India has ranked 99th out of 167 countries. For the first time, India has ranked lower than 100, and that's why we are very happy about it. India's SDG score is 67. Now let's try to understand certain terms. What do we mean when we are saying certain score? You see this, India's SDG score revolving around mid 60, little more than mid 60. China's rank 49, score 74.4. So the basic premise here of score is the closer you are to 100. So 100 is the parameter. The closer you are to 100, the more chances you have of attaining those 17 goals. Let's say any particular country has a score of 100, then they have attained all 17 goals and 169 targets. So India score 67, China 74.4. Even though the score does not vary much, but China's rank is even lesser than half, 49th. But again, this is not a time to do comparative analysis. We can always do comparative analysis, but this is a matter to rejoice. We have done something better, and that's why our scores are improving. US rank 44th. Even if you see US, we talk about developed nation, this and that, but even then, US is not performing that good. In fact, when you will see this whole Sustainable Development Report, you will realize that out of 20 countries, 19 countries are European. And again, the countries which actually top other indicators also, gender gap report, hunger index, etc., Finland, Sweden, or who are there in the top, they are again topping this particular Sustainable Development Report as well. But again, and if you see India's regional neighbors, Bhutan 74th, performing better than us, Nepal 85th, performing better than us, Bangladesh worse than us, Pakistan much worse than us. Maldives, they're in fact topping from the bottom. In fact, you can say that Maldives better, Sri Lanka very near to us. Again, forget about all these things. There is a saying which also goes around that you have to compare yourself with yourself, how you were yesterday and whether you are performing better today or not. So India is indeed performing better. Yes, there are apart from Pakistan and Bangladesh, other regional neighbors are doing better than us, but you have to also understand India's size, geographical complexities, etc. And sooner rather than later we'll do better than them. Fingers crossed. Okay, so India's progress over the years, that's what we are discussing. You should not be comparing yourself with any other person but yourself. Same goes with countries like India as well. So if you see India's progress, we are doing progressively, it's a consistent path towards betterment if we talk about India. So about SDG index, what is the basic purpose? To measure how much progress we are making towards attaining this 17 sustainable development goals. They keep on coming. These 17 goals, 169 targets, you can forget about the 169 targets for the time being, but 17 goals are very important. You have to, remember these goals, and they can be used in any GS paper. GS paper means 1, 2, 3, 4. You will see that. I will show you. Score of 100 represents full achievement. That's what we are continuously discussing. Cool, sir. So these are 17 goals. These 17 goals, you have to paste it in your wall and you have to, remember it. And the sooner you do that, the better it is for you. You see this? SDG 5, gender equality. SDG 10, reduce inequality. 5 into 2, 10. And 5 and 10, they are similar types of SDG goals. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the goals which are there, like poverty, hunger, health and education. It is there in your GS mains paper too. So paste it and remember them. The sooner you do that, the better it is. In many exams, they have asked exactly like SDG 14, caters to what, or they will give you different SDGs, and then they will tell you to match the following. So these SDGs, they are very, very, very important. Now, what about world in general? This SDS and Sustainable Development Report, they are saying that world is not doing, awesome when it comes to SDG targets. Only 17% of SDG targets are on track to be achieved by 2030. So 2030 is the aim. In 2015, they announced the 17 goals, 169 targets, and they are saying that 17% of those 169 targets will be achieved by 2030, the way world as a whole is going. Challenges include, you can see here, conflicts, Russia, Ukraine, India, Pakistan, Israel, Iran, now US is also involved. All these things are not helping our matters, like limited fiscal space, limited money, and even they have talked about some big countries, they're facing environmental issues. So all these things are there. And if you go back to SDGs, you will see 13, 14, 15, they are more or less related to environment. I'm not saying sustainable cities and communities are not related to environment. GS means paper 3. But yes, 13, 14, 15, they are also very important. Just like 1 to 5 and 10. And that you can say all these affordable and clean energy also related to environment. All these SDGs are important, but there are certain SDGs which are more important than others, which has been asked a lot. 13, 14, 15. I've seen them in multiple exams. So yes, environment related SDGs, they're anyway very important. But you have to remember them all, paste it on your wall. I'm reiterating the same thing. Top performers, as we have discussed, Scandinavian and Nordic countries, European countries, they're doing very good. Finland, Sweden, and Denmark, these countries, when you see different index of the world, you will see more or less they do good in almost all index, if almost all. And they have a very socialistic welfare model which also works for them. Scandinavian versus Nordic countries. Do you know the difference between them? If you do, post it in the comment section. Challenges faced by top countries. You can see climate change and biodiversity loss. US, we talk about US being developed country. They're ranked in 40s. Their score is hovering in 70s. So even they have a lot to do. Report authorship, you can see here. This whole thing, Sustainable Development Report, published by UN Sustainable Development Solution Network, which was created in 2012. At that time, I think UN Secretary General was Ban Ki-moon. You can have a look at that. You can cross-check that. There, one of the major purposes to evaluate how we will be attaining 17 SDG goals and 169 targets. Very good. Now, this is the article which we are talking about for the first time. Anything first time? Very important. India breaks into top 100 in global SDG rankings. You can see these rankings. India's ranks 99th on 2025 SDG index. Now let's solve 3 MCQs based on what we have read. If you know the answer of these MCQs, feel free to post it in the comment section. Consider the following statement regarding SDG index. First, you can see the 3 statement. If you know the answer, post it in the comment section. MCQ 2, who publishes SDR report? We have discussed it multiple times. Third and the last question, which of the following statement is correct regarding the global progress on SDGs according to 2025 SDR? Do remember, if you have a score of 100, then only you have achieved all SDGs. Have we talked about it? Like you see the third statement. Have we ever talked that all European countries have achieved all SDGs? So you have to pay minute attention when you are solving this MCQ 3. If you know the answer of these 3 MCQs, you can post it in the comment section. Very good. I will share this particular PDF along with the answer of these 3 MCQs in my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shub, because study should be fun. And yeah, please, sir and ma'am, I keep on telling you people, let's say you are a beginner and you're a beginner for UPSC preparation and you want to give your UPSC in 2027 or afterwards, then this is the opportune time to start your serious preparation. You cannot feel like, oh my God, I have 2 years with me, so I can take my own sweet time. No, you have to be serious from now onwards. You have to pay proper attention and you have to be very, very serious right now. Every minute matters. This is a long journey. You have to plan it out. So in that regard, if you have even 1 or 2% doubt about your 2027 preparation or afterwards, you can join our long-term evening batch. When I say evening batch, this is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. batch. This is a resolution batch. Resolution means here we are very, very concerned about your specific doubts, your specific concerns rather. We have one-to-one mentorship. We have so many things in in a part of this particular batch, which NCRTs to read, not read, and there'll be so much guidance which will be given to you. After this, if you join this particular batch, if and when you join this batch, you don't need to go for different sources. You have to just, revise the same source multiple number of times and solve a lot of mocks, pre-mocks, mains mocks. All these things will be included here. Scholarship will be given, monthly quiz will happen. There are so many things which will be happening in this resolution batch. So prices will reduce. Don't worry about it. You have to use my code SHS Live. How you can join this long-term evening batch if you are preparing for 2027 or afterwards? So what you have to do is you can also download our StudyIQ app from Google Play Store, free, and there also you can join. Or the second way is you can go to website studyiq.com, and once you go to this website, you will go downwards, you will go to all languages, you will go to English, and see. If you are a 2026 aspirant, you can join the morning batch. Classes will happen from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And if you are an evening batch student, then you can join 6 p.m. to 9. Like the classes will happen from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Here, whatever we have talked about taking into consideration the fact that you are preparing for 2027 or afterwards, then this long-term evening batch is for you. And this batch has been made in such a way that, it will be applicable. You can watch the live classes, and then if you miss it or if you want to watch it again, you can do that for next 3 or 4 months. So this is actually a very long period where you can read a particular thing multiple number of times, you revise it multiple number of times, and as they say, repetition is the mother of learning. If you have any queries related to this particular batch, long-term batch, you can call on a number 9240231070. Live classes are there. GS Foundation will be starting from scratch, from very basic, one-to-one mentorship. Apart from, joining this class, you can also meet me every day at 10 a.m. live. I do Hindu analysis. That will also help you in building conceptual clarity, what to read, what not to read. When you're joining these live classes, you'll be attending, different subject classes, history, polity, economy, and you'll be reading from exam perspective. Because if you start reading, there's no end to any subject, right? But you have to cater and you have to study according to the demands of UPSC. Answer writing program is included. Prelims test series, very important. Once you have studied all these basic subjects, your basic is solid, your foundation is built, then you have to solve a lot of mocks, be it of pre or mains. Cool, sir. Prelims test series, SIP and CAP modules. SIP success in prelims, CAP is current affairs program. Fine. And as I have discussed, validity is 40 months. You can see the price 36,999. That will reduce further if you use my coupon code, that is SHS Live. Apply it, and the price has reduced by 7,000. That is actually a big money, big chunk. And then you can buy it. Cool. Again, I'm telling you, if you have any queries, you can call on this number 9240231070, and you can use my code SHS Live, which you can see in the bottom section. So that's it from me, sir and ma'am. If you have any, views on this particular topic, sustainable development report, how India is doing awesome, and will keep on doing awesome, fingers crossed. And but still a long way to go to achieve those 17 goals and 169 targets. If you know the answer of all the questions which I asked, please feel free to post it in the comment section. So that's it from me. I will see you people soon. Take care. Be blessed. Tata. Bye-bye.